But let's talk about the title of this album. You say it was inspired by Mental Health Month.
Yes.
What does House on Fire mean?
So House on Fire is you. That in a relationship, so I wrote this song about my husband and our relationship and our love. And when you can love someone through the good and the bad, when you're down to nothing but the bones, like the very foundation of the house, can you still love that person? And I set that on fire. Are you gonna still love that person and who I am? And that's what House on Fire is. And that's what the entire album is.
A very, very deep meaning.
Welcome to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video.
At the risk of sounding prejudiced, country music has traditionally had a look to it. Artists were expected to be in denims, cowboy boots, blonde and blue-eyed, etc. But the recent trend shows a sharp shift from what the world was generally used to categorizing as country. With artists like Post Malone and Beyoncé making the switch from pop to country, a new trend of black country artists has birthed. And sparking a new era of country music is another songstress, Mickey Guyton. Guyton grew up in Texas in a typical church environment setting, with her parents being deacons of her church. It was here that she had her first taste of music. But it wasn't until she witnessed the awe-inspiring performance by Whitney Houston at the Super Bowl that Guyton knew that singing was what she wanted to do with her life. Growing up in Texas meant that Guyton was influenced by country music just as much as she would have been by R&B and hip-hop, that is more predominantly associated with black communities. Her grandmother, for instance, was a huge Dolly Parton fan, which meant that a young Guyton was constantly influenced by songs like Coat of Many Colors and I Will Always Love You. In order to pursue her singing career, Guyton and her family moved to Nashville, Tennessee, better known as the country capital of the world. After the move, it was hard work, but she eventually signed a deal with Capitol Records. It was through the deal's open doors that she found herself performing for the Obamas at the White House when country superstar Keith Urban couldn't make it. From then on, there has been no stopping this determined young artist. In 2014, she released her first self-titled EP with her breakout hit Better Than You Left Me. That was rumored to have been about one of her past relationships. Then in 2021, she re-released the self-titled EP with another hit, Heaven Down Here. The second project was heavily inspired by the events of 2020 and speaks of people's simple need for fresh air. Within the next 4 years, Guyton built up quite a name for herself, becoming the first black woman to co-host the Academy of Country Music Awards, to being labeled Breakthrough Artist of the Year by Time Magazine and Country Music Television. She also became a 4-time Grammy-nominated country artist, sang at the Democratic National Convention, Essence Festival of Culture, and, to bring it full circle, performed the national anthem at the 56th Super Bowl exactly like her icon Houston had done many years ago. This year, Guyton is continuing to represent black country artists by releasing her new album, House on Fire, a 12-track project with breakout singles including Scary Love. The track is based on her experiences in the early moments after giving birth to her son. Another song, My Kind of Country, talks about the similarities of the black experience in the South and how country music is a universal language in itself. To coincide with the album, she will embark on her first headline tour, stopping in major cities including Atlanta, Chicago, Philadelphia, and Nashville. After taking a couple of years off to spend quality time with her son Grayson, Guyton is now ready to take back the stage. Her headliner tour is said to do just that, with concert venues already being sold out long before the tour got underway. Her success also sparks a new era in country music, where the persona of the typical country artist is changing rapidly. The genre is now more open to and have in fact lovingly embraced artists like Jelly Roll, who sports a multitude of tattoos, to musicians of Hispanic origin, for instance. Will this mean a dilution of the original country sound? While many die-hard fans seem to think so, and have proven that they want to preserve the genre's originality with actions like slighting Beyoncé's Cowboy Carter album and not giving it enough airplay on country radios, for instance, and not including Mrs. Carter on any of the foremost nomination lists this year. Other more contemporary fans, though, are embracing the change and the new sound. It has, in fact, opened up the genre to whole new audiences as well. Guyton is therefore at the forefront of introducing the traditionally white country music to the traditionally R&B heavy black communities.